Previously on Dragon Ball Super. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been almost a year since we got a Dragon Ball Super chapter. It has been so long since we heard anything from Dragon Ball Super, ever since the passing of Akira Toriyama. And now here we are, almost a year later, and we get the next chapter for the Super Series. Let's go ahead and get started, shall we? Yo, peoples! Kyushu92 here. Welcome back to Dragon Ball Super. It has been so long since since I've read through this. It's been so long since we had a brand new chapter after Toriyama's passing. And many of us were wondering if they were just going to stop the story or if they were going to continue. And here we are with a brand new chapter of Dragon Ball Super. In the last one, it pretty much ended with, Goku, Goda, Broly, them all fighting each other on Beerus's planet. And, getting the rivalry going and seeing how far and how powerful Gohan has come, and also how powerful he has become. And it pretty much ends with Goku finally coming back to Earth after, bringing Gohan and Carmine and that one dude from the Red Ribbon Army back with them to watch this fight go down. Carmine basically gives up being in the Red Ribbon Army and the whole world domination thing, and then starts to, pursue pharmaceuticals and R&D. And his, henchman that was with him, I think it's Number 22 or Soldier 22, I forget his name. They're all like, there's no business in being part of the world domination racket. It's just too bad. It's just too risky. After witnessing the power of Goku and company. So it basically ends the chapter with Gohan meeting his granddaughter for the first time because he completely forgot that he had one. So Piccolo made him go to Pan's school so he can actually meet her. And when Pan finally meets her grandfather, Goku, she immediately tries to square up on Goku, and Goku easily blocks it. And they get that mutual Saiyan rivalry just immediately going, and they just fly off. They just fly off into the sky. And then we get the final footnotes about saying how everyone has been deeply saddened by Toriyama's passing. And that's the last we heard of Dragon Ball Super. Today we have chapter 104. Let's begin. Special Dragon Ball Super one-shot. Special Dragon Ball Super one-shot. And we get narration. Earth. And someone is flying towards the Earth. This greasy-looking creature, this fat, greasy creature with a big old beard and like a very wide, thin lips, and he has like this sort of chain around his head that has like a symbol on it. Apparently, he can't wear any hats. A new threat approaches, and multiple ships are just flying towards the Earth. And then there's explosions everywhere.
Ah! What? Who are they? Yuck! Filthy!
And they're just dirtying up the entire neighborhood where these aliens have landed. And they're just spraying people with dirt and grime.
This planet is too clean. Let's dirty it up into a place fit for us to live.
And this creature's henchmen just start spraying everybody with all this nasty sludge.
They're spraying sludge everywhere. Ew, how unsanitary!
Oh, it stinks!
This is too fun! Keep spreading the filth!
And mind you, these henchmen look like they got like these bug helmets on, like these big flat helmets with antennae sticking out from them. But one is spraying filth everywhere, and then something goes flying in towards his henchman. And it's a broom. And it slaps this dude in the face. And it's spinning in the air, and it hits the ground, and apparently it's a very heavy broom, and it just craters the ground.
What's that? A golden deck brush? Don't tell me.
and then someone jumps out from the sky with light shining down on him. And, oh, it's that clean guy that Goten and Trunks love so much. It's that clean superhero. I forget his name. Clean Man? Captain Clean? I forget his name. It's been almost a year. You'll have to forgive me. But he jumps down and he grabs onto his golden broom, his golden deck brush, his golden brush, and he goes, "That's far enough, Dirty Mad."
Who are you?
Who am I? I am the one who scrubs out evil. And he spins and he's doing all these poses while he's scrubbing the floor. I am Clean God. Oh, that's his name. And this is a TV show where Goten and Trunks are watching it on TV. Chapter 104, The Birth of Saiyaman X. I thought it was going to be like a one-shot. They fooled me. They fooled me. They fooled me. I thought it was going to be a one-shot, but it's actually it's chapter 104. They had me so bad. I'm upset that they had me in the first half. Not gonna lie. Chapter 104, The Birth of Saiyaman X. Written by Akira Toriyama, art by Toyotaro. And we have, like I said, we have Goten and Trunks watching the TV show of Clean God. I'll wash your dirty heart squeaky clean. And, Goten is really enjoying himself while Trunks is kind of looking almost indifferent. Take this, scrubbing bidet. And then Trunks just goes, lame. This is the story of how Trunks and Goten decided to become Saiyaman X. Ultimate Aqua Wash! And Clean God is cleaning the clocks of these aliens. And then they get up after getting slapped into the sludge and go,
I'm sorry we made a mess.
We'll do our very best to clean it up. Ha 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 ha! One swipe of my golden deck brush washes even the dirtiest hearts clean as a whistle.
He turned both of them into clean freaks. What? Enjoying cleanliness is shameful to our clan. Bring that now.
And his henchmen just got me some water. Just bring out this cannon.
Bring that now. Sir. Fire the stink cannon.
And the cannon fires, and it sends up this dust cloud of just stink. It's a fart cannon, isn't it? It's a fart cannon. It basically just crop dusted Clean God. It stinks. This smells worse than anything.
It isn't only a smell. Our stink gas saps your strength and will to fight.
Our stink gas
saps your strength and will to fight.
Darn it. My clean powers! What will happen to Clean God now? Will he be able to defeat the Dirty Mad and save Earth? Now, for a special announcement. Clean God is getting a live-action movie. Watch the continuation in theaters across the country. Oh! Man, it's finally getting a movie! I can't wait to see it! You really like this stuff, don't you? Well, yeah. Clean God is cool. And this is Goten saying this.
Talk about dated. The whole mask and tights thing.
It's that old school feel that makes it cool.
If you say so.
And then we get to Trunks and Goten's school. Morning. And these just students talking to each other. Morning, Trunks.
Yo.
Oh, hey. Does your school have a field trip today? I keep saying school when it's saying class. Oh, hey, does your class have a field trip today? My inflections is so wrong for this. Oh, hey, does your class have a field trip today? Where are you going?
The museum.
And then the bus pulls up. Lucky, that sounds like fun. And then it cuts to all the students inside of the car, including the and the two students whose names escape me. You know, the black girl and the dude with the big glasses. I forget her name. How could I forget her name? But they get to the museum, and the curator is, escorting them around.
All right, everyone, here we are. This museum houses statues of Earth's heroes.
Cool.
And while the dude with the big glasses is trying to take a photo, the girl behind him just pushes him forward.
Believe it or not, our planet has been protected by many heroes for ages.
And is that... Oh, snap! Is that Roshi? That's Roshi when he was younger. That looks like... Yeah, that's Roshi when he was younger. You know, full head of hair, big old mustache, before it turned into like a big old mustache and beard. That's Roshi.
Wow, I bet they all got super rich and famous after. No, not at all. More than one hero lost their life during their battles.
And they're walking past one statue, and one student's looking at it, and it's a young Goku. It's a statue of young Goku, but they never got his face. So they just have the shape of Kid Goku, but on his face is just a question mark.
Most didn't reveal their identities, choosing to forgo fame and fortune.
And on that face of that said statue, it's, the question mark on Kid Goku. Then we get to Mr. Satan himself, and he's just the biggest statue in the entire museum, giving a peace sign, and having a big old spotlight over him.
But not all of them, of course.
And then this same big glasses student taking more pictures. Then Trunks looks over at one statue of Gohan in his great Saiyaman outfit, as that's a statue that is a present for heroes as well. And he's just looking at it.
Okay, let's go outside and have a picnic lunch on the quad.
And then all the students are having lunch in the quad around this big old fountain. Then we get students talking to each other. Why do you think heroes keep their identity secret?
Because it's cooler that way. Clean God wears a mask, right?
Yeah, but he's an anime character.
What is anime like in the world of anime? How does that look like? What does that look like to them? What does anime look like to anime characters when they're watching it? What does it look like to them? Is it real life or is it something else?
Because it's cooler that way. Clean God wears a mask, right?
Yeah, but he's an anime character.
You think it's too cool too, right, Trunks? I guess.
You were always into those. Were you always into those kinds of things?
Huh? What's going on?
And it's a whole bunch of people who are gathering up a distance away from the quad.
Huh? What's going on?
Check it out! They're filming the Clean God movie over there!
What? Really?
Deodorize! Plasma Crusher! And they're filming a scene for Clean God literally a short distance away from the museum. I don't think that's wise. But people are crowding around just watching.
What? You dispersed the stink cloud?
Ha 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 ha! Ions make for powerful deodorizers.
Yeah, that does it! Men, get him!
Bring it on! And they're acting out the scenes, and Clean God points his golden brush towards the other people. And then everyone is watching, including people who are basically dressed up to watch this entire scene get recorded. In real life, this would not happen. You would not have people just standing around and watching a scene happen because the microphone, the boom mics, everything, it'll pick up everything, including people, murmuring, because people can't be quiet. But everyone's watching, and the kid with the student with the glasses goes,
"So cool!"
And while the actor inside of the big bad Dirty Mad's outfit, is watching this all go down, one person has a helmet on, and then another one a person just grabs this guy's someone just grabs this dude's helmet off of his head and puts it on him, and they start making their way towards the set. They start making their way through the crowd. Then all of a sudden the police show up. Police!
Nobody move!
Huh? And everyone stops, all the students and the actors who are currently up on cranes to facilitate, them flying.
Thieves stole a museum artifact and escaped into this crowd. Has anyone seen any suspicious characters?
Them!
Yeah, they stole my cosplay mask.
And it cuts to people who have these jumpsuits on, and they basically took everyone else's cosplay masks in order to hide their face.
I thought we blended in real good.
Put your hands up! And it cuts to one person looking at Trunks, who's not even paying attention to what's going on currently. And he zips right over to Trunks, and then has a knife to his throat.
Stay back! Try anything funny and this kid is dead.
Oh no!
Trunks!
And Trunks, being, half Saiyan, he literally takes the knife by his fingertips, moves it away. He takes it from the guy. With his fingertips, he just takes the knife from the guy and then elbows him in the stomach ridiculously hard. For him, elbowing a normal human in the stomach, he bodies the guy instantly. And the guy can't move anymore. And then Trunks just tosses the knife away.
Huh? What just happened? Sudden stomach cramps, maybe?
I guess Trunks did that Trunks hit the dude so quickly that the police didn't even notice that Trunks actually hit him. And then the actor who's playing Clean God looks over as the other people start running away who have masks on.
Dang, run!
And they start running away.
What the? You have a stun gun on you? Nah. I'm not supposed to attract any attention, but looks like I don't have a choice.
And when Trunks starts taking off his, school shoulder bag, the person playing Clean God, playing Clean God, he steps in front of Trunks and puts his arm out and goes,
huh?
You mustn't use your powers while your identity is exposed, boy. And, wait, does Clean God know about Trunks? Who is Clean God? You mustn't use your powers while your true identity is exposed, boy. And he jumps towards the dudes. The person playing Clean God jumps towards all these guys in the cosplay masks. Clean kick! And he starts bodying all of them. And everyone is watching. Everyone is watching, even the police, who still haven't done anything. They still got their weapons drawn, but they haven't moved from the spot where they told everyone to freeze. But then another guy holds up his gun and goes like,
bastard!
And then he starts to shoot at Clean God. Clean filter! And Clean God catches the bullets. Who is Clean God for him to be catching these bullets? Who is Clean God to be catching these bullets? I thought he was just an actor. But he caught the bullets. Huh? He catches the bullets with Clean filter and then drops the bullets in front of him. That toy isn't going to work on me. And then Trunks is shocked. Pressurized clean press. And he spins in the air and then lands on top of the dude that shot him and just stomps on top of his whole body. Then he jumps from that guy and launches at the other one. Super speed! Clean punch!
Wait a minute. Clean God is actually strong?
And Trunks is like bewildered because he thought this was just going to be an actor. And everyone else is down except for the big fella.
That's enough out of you.
The guide!
Huh. And then this catches Clean God's attention.
You're no normal actor, are you? Who are you? Show your face!
Because he has the guide at gunpoint right now, holding her hostage. And Clean God doesn't say anything, and then he turns slightly towards Trunks and goes, Hey, Boy, do you know why heroes wear masks?
Huh? Why? Because they think it makes them look cool?
They are cool, yes, but that's not the only reason. And then Clean God literally makes his finger go like this. Like, you know how you do when you're about to flick something? He does this and just simply flicks in the direction of the guy who's holding the gun. And the gun just suddenly shoots out of his hand because it was hit by some invisible force. This man flicked in the air and sent a shockwave to this guy and knocked the gun out of his hands. Spinning clean chop! And hits the dude directly in the neck, freeing the guide, knocking him out. And then gets the guide back over to the students.
The guide! Thank you so much.
Taking hostages is a dirty move. It's time I scrubbed you clean, both body and heart.
You're gonna pay for this. Once I find out who you are, I'll then get my revenge.
I'll then get my revenge. Maybe I'm just not used to saying words like that.
You're gonna pay for this. Once I find out who you are, I'll then get my revenge.
And then Clean God just literally almost as if he's instant transmissions, just shifts away from the guide and he's right next to Trunks. Hey, boy. Are there people important to you?
What kind of a question is that?
And that's when Trunks starts thinking of all the people who are important to him. His friends from school, his mom and dad, Bulma and Vegeta, his little sister, Bulla, and, of course, his, best friend, Goten. And then he thinks of Mai. And he immediately starts blushing as soon as he thinks of Mai.
Yeah, of course there are. Just you watch. I'll find your friends and your family, and I'll kill them all.
And the dude gets up. He gets up. I thought he was knocked out, but apparently he just got knocked down. He gets up and starts running away. He's vowing to kill everyone close to Clean God. Heroes wear masks and keep their identity secret so that they can protect their loved ones from evil. And then Trunks goes, and then Clean God leaps after the big guy and goes, leaping, clean uppercut, and sends the dude flying. And in that instance, as soon as he's on the ground, Clean God goes over to a fire hydrant, basically takes the entire top half of the fire hydrant off with his bare hands. Note that you can see that it's literally bolted on, but he takes the entire top off with his bare hands and causes all that water to spray the guy, and he's still staying aloft. Then Clean God gets on his knee and jumps up high in the air and starts flying around the spout of water. Well, do you repent, evildoer? And he gets faster and faster, and Trunks is watching. And then he looks at the broom of Clean God. And Clean God goes, now to finish you off with my ultimate attack.
Clean God, use this.
And Trunks takes the broom, the gold broom of Clean God, and throws it into this whirling water cyclone that Clean God has created. He sees it, he catches it. Thanks, boy. Take this. Ultimate Aqua Wash! And he hits this dude so hard that he basically destroys his outer clothing. That whole jumpsuit he was wearing, he's left in nothing but a tank top and some drawers. And the light is shining down in a very, very well done panel here. And Clean God is in the air, light shining down behind him, looking mad majestic. And Toyotaro, you really put your foot in this drawing because there's so much definition, so much detail in this panel of Clean God in the air, and then Clean God smiling while he's in the air, and Trunks looking at him, and he's smiling too. There is such detail in this particular panel. It's so well done. And all the students and all the cosplayers are looking, going,
Wow!
I'm sorry. I repent, I promise. Now please save me. I don't want to fall and die.
And Clean God catches him, and he lands back on the ground, holding the balding villain by his tank top. And everyone's clapping for him. And everyone's taking pictures. Dude's being arrested along with the rest of the goons. And then the director who's in charge of recording the movie is going,
Did you know that actor could do that?
No.
So that is a hero.
And then it cuts back to after school with Goten riding on Nimbus, back to riding, not going home, but he flew on Nimbus to Capsicor after school. And then Goten drops down and he sees Trunks in his room. Hey, Trunks, let's hang out. Ultimate Aqua Wash! And Trunks is playing a Clean God video game. Remember, at the beginning of this chapter, he looked at Clean God and said, nah, that's lame. But now he's playing a game of it. Oh, hey, you brought the Clean God game? I wanted to play that one too.
It's not half bad.
Well, yeah, this game is what got Clean God started.
Give me that. Hey, I'm still playing.
And then it shows Mai and what is it? Fu? Mai and Fu, the dog's name? They're walking outside because, they're working at Capsicor. That's so cool.
That's so cool.
That's so cool.
You're good at this, Goten.
What if the two of us did this too?
Did what?
Superhero stuff. Saving the world.
We already are.
No, not the game, in reality. Yeah, you wouldn't be interested at all, Trunks.
No, actually, I think I kinda am.
Really? And then it shows Bulma walking past Trunks' room, wondering what the commotion is inside, because Goten and Trunks are, coming up with ideas.
Let's do it then!
Yeah, let's give it a try. Oh, wait. Let's do it then!
Yeah, let's give it a try.
And they are starting to come up with designs, I guess. Kind of reminding me of Spider-Man coming up with designs for his suit in the Sam Raimi film.
First, let's design costumes so we can keep our identity secret.
Oh, costumes? Cool! Something like Clean God's?
If we copy his, it'd just be cosplay. We have to switch it up some.
What about adding stuff like Vegeta's battle outfit?
Papa's? Good idea. Let's add a touch of that. Goten, do we really need the tights and the briefs over top?
Yeah, definitely. Clean God wears them.
I kinda wanna skip them.
No, we can't.
I already told you that
old school look is cool.
Okay, fine. What about capes? I think it just get in the way, so I want a scarf.
I want a cape, though.
Okay, I guess we can have slightly different designs.
And it shows that Bulma was actually bringing a snack out to Vegeta, who is in conversation with Whis at this time. Well, during this period.
Okay, I guess we can have slightly different designs. Done!
And we see the blueprints of what will later become their outfits later on when they were both Saiyaman X and X2.
Done!
Cool!
What about superhero names? Didn't Gohan do a transforming superhero thing? What was his?
Oh yeah, what was it? Oh! The Great Saiyaman!
Saiyaman, huh? Nice. It's simple, but still has an air of mystery to it. Okay, the two of us will be...
And he's changing... he puts the S symbol on top of his helmet on this drawing.
Saiyaman X! How's that?
X? Why X?
Come on, isn't that nonchalant feel to it cool? Okay, I'll be Saiyaman X1, and you can be Saiyaman X2.
How come you get to be number 1 and I'm number 2?
Because I'm older, duh.
Fine. I'll ask Capsule Corps to make the suits for us.
Listen, if anyone's ever like, what's a Saiyan? Tell them we can't say because it's a secret.
Wouldn't it be smarter to just pick different names?
Don't be dumb. The mystery's what makes it extra cool.
If you say so. Then we cut to the Satan house. We cut to, Hercule Satan's house, and there's people training in his home. Ha!
Yeah!
And there's someone teetering and wobbling on a chair in the back, and it's Mr. Hercule Satan himself. And then we get Clean God. I knew it! I knew it! We get Clean God, who suddenly walks in, and then Mr. Satan goes,
"Oh, welcome back."
And then we see that Clean God takes his whole chin off, and we get a familiar bottom chin as this person takes his helmet off, and it's Gohan! Phew. Jeez, Mr. Hercule, cut me a break with all this.
Yeah, I'm really sorry, Gohan. My student was supposed to play Clean God, but he got sick.
I'm sorry. And the dude looks absolutely nothing like Clean God, but he does have the chin, though. And then we have Videl coming in with some food.
I'm really sorry, Gohan. My student was supposed to play Clean God, but he got sick.
I'm sorry. And then Videl walks in.
I heard there was some big incident. Did it go okay?
Huh? Yeah, fine. They were just some petty thieves.
That's not what I meant. Trunks was there. That's not what I meant. Trunks was there, right?
Oh, that? Yeah, that was close. He was about to fight in front of everyone. If people find out he has superpowers, his high school life would be ruined.
Yeah, I remember when you went through what you went through because of that. Did he understand?
I think so. He didn't notice it was me, so I started monologuing as Clean God. And then he presses into his Atom Apple and his voice changes. Oh no, he didn't. There's like a clicker. There's like a voice modulator on his throat underneath his suit.
I scrub out the world's evil. I am Clean God. Oh ho, a voice changer.
Sheesh. Put you in a hero costume and you totally change.
And he starts laughing and scratching his head the same way Goku would.
And wasn't that the wrong pose?
What? It was? What? It was?
Oh well. Anyway, it won't do to worry Bulma over this. Best we all keep it a secret, okay?
Yeah.
By the way, Videl, isn't it almost time to pick Pan up?
Oh yeah!
And it cuts to Gohan and Videl leaving.
See you, Papa!
Several days later. And it cuts to a chase while the police are chasing down these people on bikes. Pull over now! Stop this reckless driving!
Shut up!
And I can't tell. What are they throwing? Are they throwing grenades? Because stuff is exploding behind them. And it drops in front of the cops.
Ah! No one can stop us.
And it cuts to them driving down the road in the path of kids, going across the crosswalk. And they see the kids and they go,
"Out of the way, kid. I'll run you over."
And then all of a sudden, a sign drops in front of these bikers in the path of the kids.
Follow red light. Follow traffic rules, you lawless drivers. What the? Red light. Follow traffic rules, you lawless drivers. What the?
Cause trouble for common citizens and Clean God will punish you. Or so I'd like to. And it shows a kid being directed away from the sign. And then, put in the path of, the caretaker of him. Unfortunately, I'm too busy fighting space aliens, and so
we'll protect this city in Clean God's stead.
And both Gohan and Trunks land with their outfits that we would see them earlier on in Dragon Ball Super, a couple volumes ago.
Huh?
X2!
Saiyaman 1 have arrived!
and it's both Gohan and Trunks smiling in their outfits, and it has like a color panel. Here, I thought Clean God would have like a blue outfit, but he has like a dark purplish one with gold accents on it. And Gohan and Trunks' outfit is, predominantly gray bodysuit, uh, with a light gray chest piece and gray gloves and gray boots. And both Gohan and Trunks are smiling at each other. And this is how Saiyaman X1 and 2 were born. Ladies and gentlemen, the return of Dragon Ball Super. We were explained the origins of Saiyaman X1 and X2. Turns out it was Gohan who inspired them. There's a whole museum showcasing the heroes of the world, including Kid Goku, whose identity was unknown to them, and of course Hercule Satan being one of the biggest heroes in the entire museum. So we learn all of that. And now we know where the origins of Saiyaman X1 and X2 come from. So this was a nice chapter, having the origin story of Saiyaman X1 and 2 and how Trunks and Goten got into the mindset of becoming heroes. At least we know that now, and it says to be continued, which means it's time to get back into Dragon Ball Super, everybody. Overall, I really like this chapter due to, not only we get to read more Dragon Ball, but also we got like a nice little origin story of how Goten and Trunks became heroes in their town. Superheroes in their town. So I thought it was very nice. I don't have too much to say because it's also time to eat breakfast. Hybrid and Holster! Yeah, you guys arrived at pretty much the tail end. I'm very mixed about this chapter. Okay, so give me a sec. I'll be right back. Let me grab my breakfast, and we'll talk about this just a little bit more because I don't want to rush this. This is our first time reading Dragon Ball in almost a year, so I don't want to rush this. I'll be right back. Hold on. All right, I'm back. Let's see, I'm very mixed about this chapter. I'm happy Super is back in the origin story, but it's Great Saiyaman. I ain't gonna diss anyone who likes Great Saiyaman, because if you like it, you like it. That's cool. Heck, I liked it initially too, but it got old for me real quick and just ain't my cup of tea. That's understandable. See, here's my thing. I never read Dragon Ball to get introduced to Great Saiyaman, nor have I watched all of the original Dragon Ball to see Great Saiyaman's introduction. So I know of Saiyaman, but I have no history with Great Saiyaman. I know of him, but I don't exactly. There we go. But I don't exactly have an actual history. I know of Great Saiyaman, but I don't have a history with Great Saiyaman for me to be all like, I'm tired of seeing him. So I can understand for those who know of him to be like, it's just Great Saiyaman all over again. And I wouldn't say it's necessarily Great Saiyaman, but kinda technically it is kind of Great Saiyaman again, but from the perspective of Goten and Trunks. So I honestly, I don't feel two ways. I really don't feel two ways about Great Saiyaman being the inspiration for Goten and Trunks. I really don't feel two ways about it. I mean, I know it's nice to have the origin story. It's nice to have the origin story of how they became superheroes. When we learned it, like maybe how many chapters ago? Like what volume were we on? Where they got introduced, and it's like, okay, they're just being Great Saiyaman all over again, and that's pretty much, we already surmised that was one of their inspirations, because they're posing just like Great Saiyaman. They have an outfit that is very similar to Great Saiyaman. So we kind of already came to that conclusion. But to get an origin story, at least we got that. But this also means that we probably won't have more to go with their story, because we already had an entire arc dedicated to both Goten and Trunks being heroes. Will say wasn't expecting the Clean God reveal. See, for me, I had a feeling it was going to be Gohan. I had a feeling, simply because he's an actor, but now he's doing all these things that no actor should be capable of doing. And in my head, I was thinking, wait, this is either Gohan or a very capable individual who can do the same thing that Gohan would normally do. It was very, very strong for me to feel like this has got to be Gohan. This has got to be Gohan. And as soon as he walks in and he tears off that fake chin and see that it's Gohan, I was like, yep, it all makes sense. Being able to catch bullets, it was the instant transmission. It was the instant, okay, the guide is all the way over here, several meters away, and I'm instantly gonna just be right in front of Trunks like it's nothing. Not only that, but he also kind of gave a tell as to who he was by him knowing that Trunks was fully capable of showing off his Saiyan superpowers, his Saiyan abilities. He knew of Trunks' capabilities already, and said yeah, don't worry about it, because we can't have people knowing that you have powers. So it's obviously someone who knew him. But the moment he did that instant transmission from one spot to the next, to me, I just said no, that's got to be Gohan. That's got to be Gohan. But I waited until they fully revealed his face, and it was yeah, it's Gohan! And it also makes so much sense. But also seeing that Gohan is the reason why Goten and Trunks decided to be superheroes, because of what he did, filling in for the actor who does not look the shape of Clean God at all. The dude must either have a very good bodysuit, because the stature of the person who's supposed to be who's supposed to be acting for Clean God, he does not fit the physical description. So we can all blame Gohan for Goten and Trunks wanting to be superheroes and them doing the thing that they do now, which we already, and mind you, this is a prequel. This is a prequel to everything from the moment Goten and Trunks were in high school and the moment we started that whole arc, where Dr. Dr. Hedo and the zombies and the Red Ribbon Army that led into the Dragon Ball superhero arc. This is pretty much the prequel to it. So what I'm happy about with this chapter is the fact that we probably won't go back to anything more Saiyaman X1 and 2 again, because we already got an entire arc dedicated to that. So what I am looking forward to the most for the next chapter is that we finally start a new chapter and maybe address the big old white and purple elephant in the room that is Frieza, who is still out there somewhere, and figure out, okay, we are eventually going to have to deal with Frieza because last time we saw Frieza, he one-shot both Goku and Vegeta in their strongest states. The both of them. One-shot them both. Knocked them out of their Ultra Ego and Ultra Instinct of alternate Ultra Instinct for Goku. He knocked the both of them out. Literally bodied the both of them. So we still need to address the fact that Frieza is out there with all of that power. Are we going to go back to the training with Broly and see how much control he has? Because he does indeed have control now. He used to go into a Super Saiyan state in a berserk state, just see all red, and that he would have a hard time trying to keep it under wraps. But clashing with Gohan and Goku and Vegeta has given him more control over that form, so he can keep his sanity. So Broly is probably going to reach an even higher level of power now that he has a grasp on how to control himself. That's one thing. We also need to get back to Vegeta and his training with Beerus in the art of being a destroyer and the power of being a destroyer. Then we need to get back to Goku and see how much stronger he can become since he's using an alternate version, his own variation of Ultra Instinct that works on his terms. We got that going. We got Beast Gohan, who has such potential that everyone knows that Beast Gohan literally has a potential to be stronger than Goku. And the fact that what gets me is the fact that Goku's father, Bardock, literally made a wish on the Dragon Balls on planet Cereal for his son to prosper. Literally all that time ago, made a wish for Goku to always prosper. And Goku always has. But seeing how, despite all the strength that Goku has, his own son Gohan has power that could basically look to surpass even him, is just, that's scary how strong Gohan can become. And the only reason why Gohan isn't the absolute strongest amongst the group of the Z fighters is simply the fact that he is more academic than a fighter. We can blame that on Chi-Chi. So now I am just wondering, will Gohan commit to staying strong, or is he just going to remain a bookworm as he always has? That's my question. But we'll have to see when the next chapter drops. It doesn't say when we're getting another chapter, but it does say to be continued. So Dragon Ball Super is far from over. Still can't believe they had Krillin lose to a robotic bug in that arc. I hope it's Vegeta that gets a killing blow, defeating blow on Frieza. The man has been needing this for a long time and had a chance in F arc, but Frieza was petty, then Goku stole it after the rewind. Yeah, because Vegeta let that cockiness get to him, and it pretty much doomed the entire planet. But I do hope that Vegeta does get the final blow on Frieza, because it's been a long time coming. I mean, it was Frieza who pretty much killed Vegeta the first time, right? Frieza landed the killing blow on Vegeta the first time. Vegeta gave the speech about how, like, this is what he did to our people, this is what he did to our race, he destroyed all of them, Kakarot! And I feel like Vegeta is owed a killing blow to Frieza, because it tends to always be Goku or someone next to Goku, but never Vegeta. Vegeta never really gets a moment to really deal the final blow to a villain like Frieza all that often. Not all that often. So I agree with you. I really hope Vegeta gets a moment for him to shine. Seeing as how he was able to beat Goku in an actual fight and be the last person standing, that's one win for him. Let's hope him taking down Frieza can be another. But we'll have to see. Bardock makes a wish for Goku. Sorry, Raditz, I love you, but you just scream of a setup villain. It's funny. Ain't that funny? The wish was made for Goku, his own son. Mind you, not his only son, but one of his sons, but he makes a wish for his son Goku to prosper. He doesn't include Raditz in that one, because he thought, like, Raditz is doing fine. Yeah, he's doing fine. He doesn't need the wish. But for my son Goku, who's still an infant, I want him to prosper. Can you imagine being Raditz, finding out that your father made a wish for your other brother to be successful and not you? And you didn't get included in the wish at all? Must be a hurting thing. But them's the breaks, because you ain't the main character. But overall, this was a pretty good chapter to get back into Dragon Ball Super, but it's the next one we get that will decide where we go from here in the Dragon Ball Super world, because this story is far from over. Yes, we no longer have Akira Toriyama, but that doesn't necessarily mean that Dragon Ball Super is over. Now, I remember saying this exactly, saying how I would be okay if the last chapter, chapter 103, was the last chapter of Dragon Ball that we ever got. If we never had another one after that, I'd be fine. I'd be fine if the last thing we see of Dragon Ball was Goku flying off with Gohan, flying with Pan, and then flying with Piccolo, and they just fly off into the sky. No dialogue is said during those panels. They just fly off into the sky. I would have been fine with that. But I am also not opposed to having more Dragon Ball Super. Raditz just introduced to set up the Saiyans of Nappa and Vegeta. I feel slightly bad for him. The not included in the wish just adds salt into the wound. Yeah, it does. Because he's well aware that he has another son, Raditz. But he's really just thinking of his son, Goku. It's not like somehow he forgot about his own son. It's not that. But thinking about it, yeah, it would probably have Raditz feeling some type of way just because he didn't get included in a wish for him to prosper at all. Yeah, the very big wound from the special beam cannon. Yeah, Raditz just dies, just straight up dies. And though his little brother died right next to him, I mean, he did not come back at all. We'd never seen Raditz again. Except in like a side story where he was down in the underworld and they fought him then, and then he's just been stuck there ever since. But yeah. But, long story short, too long didn't read. I enjoyed reading Dragon Ball Super again, and I'm looking forward to the next chapter. We're just going to have to see what the next chapter introduces as the next arc. Will we start focusing on Frieza? Or isn't that crazy, by the way? Yeah, we see Raditz one time and we never see him again. We get a return of every single other villain in the series in some way or form, but we never see Raditz ever again. But yeah, this was a good chapter. I enjoyed it. And now it's time for me to eat my breakfast while it is still piping hot. Got some sausage, got some eggs, and got some hash browns here as well. At the beginning of Z, Piccolo was the second strongest character at the time compared to now. Yeah, at the beginning of Dragon Ball Z, this series is the reason why power scaling in any sort of series has always been ridiculous. Because you get people who are strong at the beginning of Dragon Ball Z. And now you get into Super, and people who were the second strongest character back then are not even in the top 5 strongest overall. They're not even in the top 10 strongest because there's so many people now who are just vastly strong into universal levels. Like, back in Dragon Ball Z, you never would have thought that there are other universes around, angels who are stronger than gods of destruction. Not only that, never would have thought that there was someone as powerful as Zeno, the Grand Priest, someone as strong as Jiren. All these individuals with all this power. Never would have thought that the people who we thought strong back in the day would be literally dwarfed in size, in the scope of their strength towards people now. We used to call them planet busters back then, but now we have people who are just universally powerful now. Now we have people who don't even fit in the criteria of being planet busters. They are galaxy, and there are people who are galaxy enders now. Universe enders, even. There are people there now. So looking at people strong back then and looking at them now, it's like, what? What happened? So much power. And we continue to see it grow more and more. Beast Gohan, Orange Piccolo, Ultra Instinct Alternate Goku, Ultra Ego Vegeta, Black Frieza. All these new forms and these new powers, and it's like, I don't think that we're ever going to see a limit. Jiren, or as I like to call him, the human gummy worm, nah, he's the buff Roswell alien. Roswell. Is it Roswell? Yeah, he's what you would call the buff Roswell alien. He is literally your trademark alien. Big old eyes, gray body, but he's just incredibly buff. He's the buff Area 51 alien. That is Jiren. And he is just so strong, he can destroy stuff just by looking at it. That's the level of power we're at. Jiren is so strong, he is stronger than the god of destruction in his own universe. That's a good one. I'm going to use that one from now on. Yeah, he's a buff Roswell alien. But yeah, this is where we're at with Dragon Ball. Couldn't have imagined that the world of Dragon Ball would see this much power as it stands now with Super. It's crazy, right? Seeing the return of like a super gigantic Cell Max. It's just, things just keep getting ridiculous in Dragon Ball. But here I am, I'm just droning on, and we're almost at like an hour of me doing this reaction. Also, I wonder if they'll incorporate the new Super Saiyan 4 like power-up in the manga now, depending on if they keep the power-up at the end of Daima. Haven't seen Daima. Thanks for spoiling that, by the way. But we'll have to see if Daima gets adapted into the main story, or if it's going to be a one-off. Or if it's just going to be its own selective thing. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. But overall, I enjoyed the return to Dragon Ball Super, and I'm looking forward to the next chapter. All I can say to everyone here today is, welcome back to Dragon Ball Super, everybody. Hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. Like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day, and once again, as always, later, peoples. Dragon Ball Super is back! Cha-la, head cha-la!